It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey y'all, I'm your host Ernie Johnson. I have with me two of my dearest friends, Shaquille O'Neal.
Hello, brother.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Ken Smith.
Oh.
Pleasure to see
I
you
didn't know.
again,
I
sir.
thought you got to bring two guys out. I didn't know it was us.
No, you're my dear friends.
Thank you, Ernie.
Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. Well, for New Orleans, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And we get to see the Brow in action tonight. Scary that it's still so early in his career. Kenny, just how good can Anthony Davis get?
Well, he's
Look
dominant.
at that brow you got right there.
Oh my!
Whoa,
I have a double brow.
Man, that thing has a
duo
taken on
brow?
a life
I have
of
a
its
double
own.
brow. I have a
Duo brow.
Yeah, it
It
does.
weighs about 14 pounds.
It's
doesn't
thick
it?
though. It's thick, but it's a duo.
Anyway, AD.
Well, anyway, he's dominant in almost every aspect of the game. A big guy who can handle the ball. He can run the floor. He can shoot jump shots. He can defend, and he's a force anywhere you put him.
I want to see how smart you guys are.
Okay.
If he was a reptile, which reptile would he be?
Oh, a raptor.
Ernie?
If he were a reptile,
What would he be?
he'd be,
Taking too long, Ernie. He'd be a versatilian.
Ooh.
Team should be nervous of what he can do in 3 years. You like
Versatilian.
that? Versatilian.
That
like
is.
that.
I'm surprised that you've waited this long to break that one out. A versatilian.
Dr. O'Neal, baby.
Yeah, okay.
Amphibious.
Kevin Harlan, it's all yours.
The action always in full swing near the French Quarter, and tonight is no different here in New Orleans, Louisiana. We're coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. For the Utah Jazz, they come in off a good outing against the Houston Rockets.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thanks very much. Well, Quinn Snyder is the coach here in Utah, and he said, as a coaching staff, we showed the players we have confidence in them. And then we're unbelievably demanding. But it has to be mixed with patience. And that, over time, pays off. Kevin?
Teaching and motivated. He's done a nice job, DA. Thanks. And the front court matchup, definitely, Clark, one to watch. It could be a battle of wills tonight in this one.
I agree with you there. They both got tremendous skill, but it comes down to the mentality. And I'm interested to see who actually wins the battle of wills, asserts himself the most and most consistently.
Sometimes it is the battle more than just what you got talent-wise. It's what you're thinking upstairs, your focus, and how you approach it.
Yeah, the mentality, and sometimes being physical starts with your mentality.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Jazz, Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. And it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. Payton, that's good.
Boy, sweet J from Payton. The defense can't afford to leave him open there.
Mitchell kicks to Gobert. Rubio looking around. Back to Gobert. Over Payton, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's Randall. He doesn't hit that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. Rubio outside. First quarter, just over a minute played, and it's in there.
Yeah, and the key to that, Kevin, Rubio keeping his head up while he's attacking. takes this one himself.
Outside Holiday. And stolen by Favors. The drive by Mitchell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Randall. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn.
You know, Julius Randle is a young power forward, a little undersized for that position, but fairly dependable. Good movement when he gets to the basket, and he knows how to finish inside. Surprised his rookie option wasn't picked up, but he made the best of it in free agency.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Randall, a free agent this past summer, it seems he never felt truly wanted by the team that drafted him.
Well, you know, he's dealt with injuries early in his career and a lot of trade rumors, which can affect a young player in a negative way. I think he's still shown solid improvement in his first handful of years in the league. And again, you've got to recall and remember how young some of these guys are. Even when they've been in the league 4, 5, 6 years, some of these guys are like 22, 23 years old. And that's still not enough time for them to fully mature as players.
Now, here's Rubio. He had 16 points in the win against Houston. Ingles up top. He's guarded by Davis. Clock at 4, and Alfred Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Rubio. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Floats one up. And Mitchell with the layup.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Payton kicks to Davis. Passes to Holiday. And stolen by Favors. And now Utah, fast break. And Alfred Payton with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Moore's checked in. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Kicks it out to Rubio. Pass to Favors. Now, here's Ingles. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. And he makes that one. Ingles has got his first basket of the night.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
And that one, good. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Jazz?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's Randall after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. 5 to shoot. Here's Miller. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rubio finds Gobert. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Miller against Ingles. Fires the 3. Miller grabs the miss. To the middle. Here's Davis. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Davis has got his first basket.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now, here's Ingles. Back to Rubio. bangs home the trifecta. Rubio's got 7 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And it's Moore penetrating. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. Well, we see a lot of rookies getting their first taste, Clark, of NBA action. What was the hardest part for you transitioning from the Big Ten to the NBA?
I think the speed of the game, the number of possessions, again, with the 24-second clock, going back to the 80s, there was no shot clock in college basketball. So you could drag it out and play walk-it-up basketball. In the NBA, you got to turn that thing over every 24 seconds. And that speed and those number of possessions, a lot to adjust to. And then everybody's strength and talent. That, too, was eye-opening and exciting, too, because I had realized the dream to be out there with those guys.
And smarter players, too, on that pro level.
Yeah, they know their stuff. I like to say when you get to the NBA, you're a PhD in hoops.
And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Rubio, the pass to Ingles, missed inside.
And, you know, that's an easy one. You can't miss these shots. Those are makeable shots, especially when the defense isn't on its game.
Good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Mitchell. Boy, that win against the Rockets, he's another guy who really showed up to play. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
And it's working for him, Greg. You like that initiative, not settling for stuff on the perimeter.
And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. 8-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Hey, I agree with you there. I mean, they were in a really nice flow, Greg. Seemed like they couldn't miss.
Rubio outside. Ingles kicks to Favors. Kept alive. Good work there as it goes.
Really like how he used his body, got outstanding position on the boards, and then maximized it.
On the wing, Davis. Shoots over Crowder. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And that's now 6 points for Davis. Jazz leading by 6. Rubio outside. Back to Mitchell. Just 5 on the clock. Favors trying to break free. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Rubio right side. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Rubio's got 9.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Outside Holiday. To the paint. Here's Davis. Davis on the follow. He's got 8.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And Rubio kicks to Crowder. Mitchell passes to Ingles. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Ingles has got his second bucket.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here is Holiday playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. Here's Randall. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Favors. Rubio against Holiday. And Rubio kicks to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Miller against Ingles. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Davis on the follow.
How about 5 of 6 to start? Looks like he brought his A game.
Mitchell outside. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Now here's Randall, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Randall finds Davis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Davis has got 12 points in the game. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Okafor's checked in for Randall. Mirotic comes in for Darius Miller. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
That free throw missing. Obviously, the game is played with a more wide-open style now, Clark. Name a few old-school bigs who continue to make an impact.
Well, I like what Andre Drummond does. The big fella's a glass-eating machine. Still needs to refine his moves and shooting touch, but his athleticism and rebounding off the charts. Blake Griffin stands out as well. Highly skilled, very, very athletic. Steven Adams, obviously a big guy who plays an old-school game, rim protector, finisher, good hands, great strength. Dwight Howard, you know, he's on the backside of his career, but you think about what he was able to do in his prime as a shot blocker, rebounder, finisher. He's got some old-school qualities as well.
And here's Rubio, following the three from Nikola Mirotic. Works with it. Shoots. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Here is Rubio, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Outside Crowder. And it's Udo atop the key. Rubio with a wide-open look. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Burks with the steal. Goes up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
No good from Clark. Utah leading. It's Crowder on the wing. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
It's stolen by Davis. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Davis. O'Neal's checked in for Utah. There's 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Clark. Burks covering. No good from Clark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backdoor.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Now here is Cephalosha. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside Mirotic. And the Pelicans get it back. Moore outside, and it's Clark in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. That's tipped, and there's another turnover by the Jazz. With 1 on the clock, that's good on the jump shot. Mirotic has got it all tied up now for New Orleans. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back right after this. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
It's very lucky to have a coach like that. He really takes everything, with heart, and he wants us to be the best defensive team in the league, as I do. And I think when the coach and the players are on the same page, usually, good things happen.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
And you know what, Greg? It looks like they have an advantage there. I mean, I liked how they've made an effort, really a concentrated effort, to hit that glass.
Elfrid Payton is out there with Ian Clark. Then there's Hill. Then there's Mirotic. And it's Okafor in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Rubio. And that one hits back iron.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now, here is Mirotic after the miss from Ricky Rubio. Shot clock at 3. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. The Pelicans have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Three shots.
And that one misses. Clark, you once worked for the Indiana Pacers, Vice President, Player Relations, and really had your fingerprints on a lot of part of that organization. Could you see yourself going back to an NBA front office role?
I don't anticipate that. I love what I do as a broadcaster. I really feel as though I'm right where God wants me to be. Currently had a wonderful tenure with the Pacers, 32 years between playing, broadcasting, both radio and television, then 4 years in the VP of Player Relations role. Phenomenal relationships with a number of people. But, no, I think that chapter for me is in the rearview mirror.
I speak for everyone playing the game, watching the game. We're glad you're in broadcasting, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, partner.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Peyton is his size. I mean, he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
Now here is Cephalosha. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. That's tipped. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Okafor. Here's Mirotic. Misses in close.
Boy, that's a devastating miss there. You got to convert on these easy layups deep inside.
There's the triple. It's good from long range. O'Neal's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Okafor dishes to Mirotic. Rebounded by Cephalosha. Utah leading by 4. He feeds it to Rubio, and he gets the bucket. Rubio's got 11 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's got 5.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And so it's Utah here with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Rubio outside. From outside, off the mark. Pelicans trailed by 4. Clark kicks to Hill. And there's the feed to Mirotic. It's back to Hill. From beyond the arc. The rebound by the Jazz. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Now, here is Mirotic. He has 7. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, that aggressiveness of Okafor on the glass. A high percentage score when he gets a second chance opportunity.
Rubio against Peyton. Hill kicks to Clark. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Randall's checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Ian Clark. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Utah. Peyton against Mitchell. Peyton passes to Randall. Hill against Cephalosha. And the basket by Hill.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Now, here is Mirotic, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Hill finds Peyton, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Utah calls timeout.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily, Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Miller's checked in for New Orleans. Utah also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Joe Ingles in for Alec Burks. Now, here's Mitchell. 7 points in the game to end the drought, and a slam dunk by Favors.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Take note of the work they've done on the offensive glass. Guys, they've got a ton of putbacks.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
That one misses for Favors. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Here's O'Neal, following the basket by Julius Randle. Nice shot by Gobert. New Orleans in the lead. And here is Payton. 5 points in the game. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to O'Neal. Can't hit that one. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Hill passes to Randle. Over Gobert. Randle no good.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
And the Pelicans with the possession. They're on a 12-4 run. And Holiday kicks to Payton. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Jazz trail by 4. Mitchell passes to Gobert. Here is Favors. Over Hill. And that one's good by Favors. Favors got 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Payton finds Randle. And here's Holiday. Out to Payton. Just 5 on the clock. A three-pointer, no good. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Ingles against Holiday. Ingles dishes to Gobert. Back to Ingles. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Over Randle. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Mitchell's got it all tied up now for Utah. Payton outside. Miller outside. Back to Payton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top three-point shooters. 5th, Joe Ingles.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Utah also making some changes. Udo comes in for Rudy Gobert, and Jay Crowder's subbed in for Royce O'Neal. And he sinks the second. Utah trailing here. Mitchell kicks to Udo. Knocked loose. Holiday looking over the floor. Jay Crowder pulls it in.
Now that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. It's not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both. He's been terrible. Absolutely awful. I mean, can't get it going. His shot isn't there right now. He's got to help him some other ways.
Here's Miller, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
At the line for two.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him. And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Both free throws good for Miller.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Mitchell kicks to Favors. Tipped away. It's stolen by Davis. Miller against Crowder. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. Good season for him last year. He's averaged 20 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
Now, here's Mitchell. 9 points in the game so far. Holiday with the defensive effort.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
Miller surveying the floor. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Udo with the ball. Now defended by Randall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Gentlemen. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Jazz.
And their guards have been very active on the glass. In a game like this, that it really could go either way. Extra possessions can make all the difference in the world. You like the way they're getting it done here by committee.
No good on the free throw, and Utah making a change here. Rubio's checked in. Good on the second free throw. There's 1:34 left here in the second. Rubio against Holiday. Miller the pass to Holiday. The shot. And Miller with the basket on the assist by Holiday. Miller's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 11. Puts up a 3. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here's Holiday. No good that time. Good work defensively by Crowder. Mitchell against Moore. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Right side Holiday. Buries it from three-point range. Holiday's got the lead up to 6 now for New Orleans.
And you know, Holiday has a gorgeous touch from outside. He's a deadly shooter, an absolute laser when you give him space to fire.
Crowder kicks to Udo. Holiday brings the double team. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Randall. Utah with the rebound. Rubio's got 4 rebounds in this game. From downtown, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Pelicans lead by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball. And then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Well, they need to turn the heat up on D. Too often we saw them back on their heels, not dictating the pace. They allowed a shooting percentage in the high 50s. Remind me of my free throw percentage, the high 50s. Come on, guys.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. So on the floor for Utah. Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Rubio teams up with Mitchell in the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the center position. Now, here's Mitchell. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Miller, and it's Miller with the jam.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Miller against Ingles. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Now, here's Ingles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good D by Miller.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Payton. Now the pass to Davis. New Orleans moving it around. 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Holiday at the line for 2.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Holiday. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now Ingles. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots. Offensive rebound. Favors. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
The Jazz shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
One shot.
And that one falls for Favors. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Payton. He's got 8 and stolen by Favors. Mitchell right side. Shoots from the right block. And it's in off the backboard. And now just a 5-point Pelican lead.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Here's Randall. The stupendous finish in traffic. Randall's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Doesn't have the great length, but Randall with the attitude to beat up guys on the inside.
Payton against Rubio. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And Ricky Rubio might be one of the most unselfish players in the league. Not only for his passing and how much he enjoys piling up assists, but how he does a great job adjusting to what the team needs him to do and not worrying about his own game.
Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. Mirotic comes in for Miller. Now here's Okafor. Dishes it to Mirotic. For 3. The shot misses. So Utah will take it the other way. And for Rubio, who has been in the eye of the media for so long, Greg, he's always been unselfish. We've always seen that in his style of play.
You're right, Kevin. You've always been able to see that with Rubio's game. Great at making quick reads, seeing passes before they develop. I mean, he can see who's open and who's going to be open before he even catches a pass.
Now here is Holiday, following the shot by Alec Burks. Holiday against Burks. And Holiday kicks to Payton. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Rubio. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
He dishes it to Cephalosha. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes here. Hill, he's checked in for Davis. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. And a switcher also for Utah. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Gobert kicks to Rubio. Clock at 6. Here's the teardrop. And the layup is good. Rubio's got 16.
Yeah, I like the fact that Rubio is looking to put the ball on the deck to get his shot.
Payton finds Okafor. Over Gobert. Misses off the right iron.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do. Sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Sacre bleu! Thank you, G.A. He is indeed a fiery competitor. Mirotic's shot is off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Rubio.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now, here is Mirotic. He has 7. Here's Payton. And the Pelicans miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Cephalosha kicks to Rubio. Back to Cephalosha. Kicks it out to Rubio. Over Payton. But they'll get another chance. Burks the pass to Cephalosha. And count it from 19 feet away. Cephalosha's got his second bucket. New Orleans leading by 3. Here's Clark. Here's the teardrop. And it's good on the lay-in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Utah calls timeout. Morris checked in for Ian Clark. And a switcher also for Utah. Crowder's checked in. So it's Rubio bringing it up for the Utah Jazz. Outside Crowder tries a 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now here's Payton. He's got 10. The 3. Mirotic's shot is off.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Rubio against Payton. 6 on the shot clock. From about 19 feet. That's in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Rubio.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Payton kicks to Okafor. There's the dish to Mirotic. And that one, good. Mirotic has got 9. Jazz trail by 5. Rubio with it. 20 points for him. To the inside. Cephalosha misses. New Orleans has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Offensive rebound. Mirotic makes it off the glass. He's got 11.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
Cephalosha against Hill. And here is Cephalosha. 6 on the shot clock. Over Hill. Misses off the left iron. New Orleans leading by 7. To the inside. And stolen by Cephalosha. Burks against Moore. Burks dishes to Rubio. And stolen by Payton. Moore against Burks. Moore finds Mirotic. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's got 13. Payton can't get it to go. Mirotic against Crowder. He kicks to Burks. Moore with the steal. With the teardrop, here's Mirotic. Again, the Pelicans score.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Outside Crowder. To the paint. Moore with the steal. Here's Mirotic. Rebound, Utah.
Like the shot selection. They couldn't cash in with no defense in the area, but still, they'll take that shot every day and for a month of Sunday.
And Payton gets it to go on the assist from Mirotic. And that's 12 points for Elfrid Payton.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Utah calls timeout.
And last season, a bit of a breakout one for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Okafor. Anthony Davis comes in for Mirotic. Miller's checked in for Solomon Hill. And it's Holiday in for Elfrid Payton. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Favors comes in for Cephalosha. Mitchell, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And it's Joe Ingles in for Ricky Rubio. And with Mirotic, Greg, as you alluded, his year last year had a lot of ups and downs.
You know, he missed a good stretch of the season with that broken jaw from the fight he had with a teammate, and then the trade demands to get out of Chicago shortly after coming back. And despite all this, his defense and rebounding were dramatically improved and really a key contributor on offense.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Holiday against Mitchell. Kicks it to Favors. Left side, Crowder. Mitchell outside. Clock at 6. The tray. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Miller kicks to Randle. Shoots over Crowder. And it's off the back rim. No good. Jazz trail by 9. Now Ingles. Favors passes to Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Holiday. The Jazz have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 10 seconds left in the third. One second left. Misses. The third quarter comes to a close. New Orleans on top, up by 7. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Pelicans leading by 7. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Davis is out there with Darius Miller. And it's Randall in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Trains the three-pointer.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
Yeah, and you really can't afford those kinds of lapses. I mean, not when facing a hole or a deficit like this.
That's in there. Davis with the assist. That's now 8 points for Julius Randle.
What a nice burst. Randle changing ends like a guard that time.
Mitchell against Holiday. Now, here's Ingles. Tight defense on him. Trying to get open is Randall. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Ingles.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Passes it to Moore. Pass to Randall. 5 on the clock. Over Udo. Randall no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. To the middle. Pass to Udo. Here's Mitchell. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Holiday. And yes, it's good. And the Pelicans lead by 12. Utah shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Holiday against Mitchell. And he banks in the layup. Mitchell's got 21 in the game.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Moore against Ingles. And Moore kicks to Holiday. And again, New Orleans with the triple. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And there's the pass to Favors. Crowder goes in. Holiday against Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for New Orleans. Clock is at 3. Ingles kicks to Favors. Mitchell wide open. Again, Mitchell missing.
Well, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
And now Utah, fast break. Ingles against Payton. Passes to Mitchell. The three. Again, Mitchell missing.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Randall kicks to Holiday. Over Mitchell. The shot by Holiday, no good. Jazz trail by 13. Mitchell with it, and it's Miller picking him up. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Takes a three. Jay Crowder pulls it in. And so it's Crowder with it. They'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
And Payton keeps great control of his body. That's a gift in many ways. Just so skilled in how he's able to finish through contact.
Ingles kicks to Favors. In the corner, Crowder with it. The Jazz with another miss. Pelicans leading by 15. Randall outside. Feeds it to Holiday. Trying to get open is Davis. And Holiday with the basket on the assist from Randall. Randall's got 5 assists in the game. Mitchell outside. Back to Ingles. They need this. But he recovers it. Softly drops in the floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Payton against Favors. And the rejection by Favors. Now, here's Ingles. He's guarded closely. Mitchell drops in the layup for 2. Mitchell's got 23. Pelicans leading by 13. Payton kicks to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Inside, it's stolen by Ingles. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Ingles following the basket by Anthony Davis. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mitchell, and Utah again with the bucket.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Payton kicks to Davis. Pass to Holiday. No good from outside. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Ingles. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
Obviously, I mean, it would go a long way if he's making his shots. Right now, they're behind, and they certainly could use his help.
Payton attacking. The shot off that time, so Utah will take it the other way. Payton against Ingles. Mitchell outside. Holiday brings the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
Here's Crowder following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Mitchell with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Mitchell against Randall. Payton on the double team. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Now here is Davis over Favors. And Randall throws it down.
And, you know, you just can't let Randall hang around on the glass. I mean, that's how he generates a number of scores, and he does it pretty much every game.
Favors. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. Ricky Rubio comes in for Crowder.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Favors. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for New Orleans. The lead is 15.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Back to Rubio. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Trying his luck deep, and it's Rubio. That time on the assist by Gobert. 23 points for Ricky Rubio.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Pass to Payton. Outside, Davis. Tipped away. He had stolen by Ingles. And now Utah, fast break, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Attacking the defense with the pass there, Kevin. Rubio, the great vision. Then no hesitation on the delivery.
Now here is Holiday. He kicks to Miller. Back to Holiday. Over Mitchell. Ball's knocked loose. Randall with the bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
That's a nice move by Randall. That's the area where he likes to work most.
Holiday brings the double team. Goes back up. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
Find the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Rubio.
And, you know, the thing about Rubio, Kevin, he's such an accurate foul shooter. That hasn't translated, though, to his shooting from the field.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're up by 11. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Rubio against Payton. To the paint, and stolen by Favors. Ingles kicks to Mitchell. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. New Orleans leading by 11. Payton finds Holiday. There's 1:26 left in the game. Miller outside. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to Payton. Launches a 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Mitchell left side. Stolen by Holiday.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Pelicans.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks and also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so this victory tonight will give them the front end of what I believe will be a knockdown, drag-out season series. They win the first of what will be 3 this year against the Jazz.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Davis.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Utah. Burks comes in for Donovan Mitchell. Here's Okafor, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Well, they've got to be pleased with the effort they've seen so far tonight. Everybody pitching in for what looks to be a solid W.
One shot.
Free throw good, Okafor. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick back in 2015, has had his ups and downs to the start of his career. But, Clark, he feels now he's on the right track.
Well, I think he recommitted himself to fitting in with the team and has been working harder than ever before. Sometimes disappointment can motivate you to greater levels of work and commitment. He was kind of a forgotten man in Philly. And now he realizes a second chance is with him, and he's trying to make the most of it.
More up top, so we see New Orleans taking the W here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jahlil here at home with a competitive matchup. What got you guys over the top tonight?
Just staying together as a team, playing as hard as we could. The fans were great, and we wanted to play good for them.
And you surely did, Jahlil. Thanks a lot for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.